Hello and welcome to Play PKN, your weekly snapshot of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher Lindy Hewson, and this week's episode is brought to you by Filton Packaging, your trusted Australian flexible packaging manufacturer, which now delivers quartz technology for sharper detail, smoother solids, and gravure-level print quality. Reporting season continues. And this week, Orora leads our bulletin with a strong first half result for FY26, driven by momentum in its cans business. For the 6 months to the 31st of December 2025, Orora reported revenue up almost 10% to $1.13 billion, EBITDA up 14% to $218 million, and underlying net profit after tax jumping more than 32%. Earnings per share rose over 40%, supporting a 5-cent interim dividend and continued share buybacks. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Brian Lowe said the result reflected disciplined execution, he called it controlling the controllables, and the benefits of recent investment. He pointed to favourable market dynamics in cans, including the ongoing shift to aluminium and growth in new beverage categories, which are delivering double-digit volume growth. Cans was, of course, again the standout, with revenue up nearly 19%, supported by capacity expansions at Revesby and Rockley. In glass, earnings improved following operational changes at Gawler, while Saverglass recorded modest growth led by tequila and vodka. Overall, Orora heads into the second half, balancing aluminium growth with stabilisation in glass. In other news, Visy has successfully trialled its Australian-made fibre-based thermal packaging solution Visy with New South Wales seafood supplier Southeast as an alternative to expanded polystyrene boxes. It was used to transport wild line-caught fish from the New South Wales south coast to a Sydney restaurant, with transit times of around 15 hours. Both Southeast and the receiving team reported strong temperature control, excellent presentation on arrival, and reliable performance through transport. Further interstate trials are now planned. Then Detmold Group says it is making measurable progress against its long-term sustainability roadmap, with emissions reductions and material transitions delivering tangible outcomes across its global operations. Group Sustainability Manager Josh Bruce says rooftop solar, manufacturing efficiency improvements, and the transition to electric forklifts delivered the most significant emissions reductions over the past year. On the product side, nearly 90% of DetPak's stock range is now reusable, recyclable or compostable, with the group also removing intentionally added PFAS from raw materials. Bruce says regulatory compliance is now a baseline expectation, with customers increasingly demanding transparency around sourcing, chemicals and end-of-life outcomes. Turning now to design excellence, Australia has made a strong showing on the global stage. 2 Australian design studios have secured black marks, the highest honour at the 2025-26 World Brand Design Society Awards. Sydney-based Studio Guild was recognised for its work on Half Sister wines, built around a 375 millilitre half-bottle format, responding to changing wine consumption habits. The jury recognised the project for its clarity, restraint and confident execution. And then fellow Australian studio Disegno also received a black mark, this time for its Sara Lee brand and packaging reboot. The redesign reintroduced the brand's signature red, simplified pack architecture and refreshed food imagery to improve navigation and shelf impact. And finally, Australia has emerged as one of the standout nations in the WorldStar Student Awards for 2026, securing 4 trophies, including 2 gold and 2 bronze awards, placing equal first on total trophies and second on the medal tally. Students from UNSW Industrial Design and Monash Food Innovation were recognised. It marks the first time Australia has achieved this level of recognition in the global student competition. Well, that is all we have time for today, folks. For more on these and other stories, head over to packagingnews.com.au. Thanks to our sponsor, Filton Packaging, and thank you, as ever, for watching.